Margaritas named after Rita. We're going back to Mexico, but not Riviera. We're going to Cabo San Lucas. We're going to Cabo. You want to know how you qualify? Here's how you qualify. Qualification period starts August 1st. Now you guys are going, wait a second, that was a couple weeks ago. Y'all are sharp. We're going to backdate the volume to August 1st. To allow you to start qualification back on August 1st, run until February 2nd. We're going to announce the trip dates. Obviously, and guys, it's just like convention. There's no perfect date. I realize this week, a lot of people are going back to school. A lot of people are like, hey, I had team members couldn't be here. They got 2, 3, 4 kids going back to school. We get that. We always try. There's so many things. These convention centers sell out. Well, guess what? Trips the same way. So we're always juggling when we can take it. When you're bringing a large group, when you're taking you and your husband or you and your wife and a couple people, you can go online and book that in about 2 minutes. When you're taking 250, 300 people, it's a little tougher. And we don't like Tomboy Dead. We didn't want to leave like Motel 8 and leave the light on. We want to go someplace a little bit nicer than Motel 8, you know what I mean? So we got to find an amazing resort. With that said, we've nailed that down. Now it's just us announcing as a team, but qualification is going to run through February 2nd. Now, I'm going to say this. What's never been done before in our industry? We're going to try something. I'm going to announce another trip. It's on the other side of the world. But when I announce this trip, if you're sitting in your chair and don't even own a passport, that's okay. Because what we're gonna try, what we're gonna do as an experiment for the first time, is we're gonna allow you, if you qualify for either one of these trips, it doesn't matter where in the world you live, you'll get to go to the other side of the world and take that trip if you so choose. And so I realize there'll be teams that'll say, well, I had 30 qualifiers and 10 wanted to go here and 20 wanted to go there, and I'd say, hey, if you're a leader, if you're a 5 or 6 star, you should probably be on both trips to be hanging with your people. This will be an amazing experience. And again, if you qualify for Mexico or the upcoming, what used to be an APAC rewards trip, now it's a global trip. When you qualify for the trip, there's an airfare credit promotion in there as well. And if you book your airfare out long enough, you can get affordable airfare to the other side of the world. Get yourself a passport, go to the other side of the world if you qualify, or join us in Mexico. They're both going to be unbelievable trips, but let's roll the video for our trip on the other side of the world. We are going to Halong Bay, Vietnam. And for the folks that aren't familiar, it's Condé Nast Magazine, one of the most beautiful places in the world. It is absolutely stunning. The temples, the ocean, the water, the food. We're looking forward. Qualification period's the same thing. Again, if you qualify, I don't care if you live in New York, if you live in Iowa, Florida, Seattle, Washington, Los Angeles, doesn't matter. Anywhere in Toronto, Vancouver, Canada, we want you in Vietnam with us. You get to pick where you'd like to go. We'd love to see you over there. Here's my biggest thing for doing this. The biggest reason, I want you to know this. The biggest reason is not only so you'll have more cultural experiences to travel on the other side of the world. I love that. It's a rewards trip. You can earn a free trip to a beautiful resort on the other side of the world. But the other side of that is, guys, I want us all to be one big family. And for me, there'll be nothing that will make me happier than to see 75 or 100 qualifiers from America in Vietnam. And nothing would make me happier than seeing 75 or 100 qualifiers from Hong Kong, or Indonesia, or Malaysia, or Taiwan, or anywhere in the world come over to the Cabo trip. So we want to try this, we want to see this, how this works. I think it'll be a massive success. I'm so excited to have you guys with us in either Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, or Halong Bay, Vietnam. Thank you guys. Next up, we got a special trip for our 6 stars. They're gonna love this. They're gonna love this. We're taking them to Ritz-Carlton on a yacht trip. Yacht, not cruise, yacht trip. The food, by the way, this Ritz is interesting. Do you know there's something about the high-end brands in the world, right? When you start talking about the high-end, whether it's cars or clothing or travel, start dreaming. Most people, when you can't pay your bills, you go, I'd never think of that stuff. I just, a lot of times we like quantity over quality. There's something to be said for quality. There's something to be said for a fine meal that you leave there and, 2 people, some crazy amount, but it's not necessarily the food was, but something. I've eaten a few Michelin star restaurants and you leave and it's like, is Taco Bell drive-thru still open? Anyway. But it's the experience, it's the memory, it's being together, it's the conversation. And I wanted that for this next trip. The Ritz-Carlton Yacht Cruise is going to be incredible. There's going to be pictures and memories and videos. I don't know of another company that's taken their leaders on a Ritz-Carlton yacht trip. And we're a young company, we're 17 months in. So we got to look at it and say, what do we do? Now the bar, we're raising the bar so high, so young, it's like, man, I can see like Ricky or Kim or Samson or somebody texting me in the next year saying, are you gonna take us to the moon or not? Come on, we're out here working hard. We're gonna go to the moon? You got a spaceship for us? I knew it. On a serious note, I wanted this next trip to be somewhere beautiful, somewhere on the other side of the world, somewhere exotic, somewhere with amazing food, great shopping, beautiful scenery, and somewhere where the group of 6 stars can all just mingle and have fun together and laugh together, and somewhere beautiful. So for our next 6-star trip, which will take place in 2025, Ritz-Carlton yacht trip is this November. For those of you that aren't going, I promise it's gonna be amazing and we'll send you videos. But for the next 6-star trip that we want all of you to be on, we are headed to the south of France and Monaco. Go to France. Everybody at the same time, just say oui, oui. I think that's yes, yes. Is that yes, yes, babe? Oui? My wife speaks French. I don't speak French. And I'm French and I don't speak French. And she's not French and she speaks French. Who wants to go to France? Who wants to go to Monaco? That's so weak. Who wants to go to France? Who wants to go to France and Monaco? We're gonna do both. We're gonna do the south of France. We're gonna eat some great food, maybe secretly drink a little wine, I didn't say that, but some wine, some champagne. Eat some amazing meals, just spend time together creating amazing memories as we move this community forward. We're gonna have a week of celebration. We'd love for you to be there. By the way, we're running the qualification period from August 1st to July 6th. And you look at that and you go, I'm a 3-star. Come on. Good for them, they're going to France. I'm not going to France. I'm a 3-star, I'm a 4-star. Guys, we ran this so you have enough time to qualify. So if you've got the grit, if you've got the hunger, if you've got it inside of you, maybe you've never left America. As a kid, I couldn't pick out 3 exotic places on a globe. I'd never been to any. I didn't know people. Nobody that I knew growing up went to France. I didn't live growing up in Colorado. I didn't know anybody that traveled internationally. But you know what? Maybe you're a 2-star, 3-star. I don't care what your rank is. You can hit this. It ain't easy. It's gonna take some digging down deep. It's gonna take some late night phone calls. It's gonna text people till 11:59 p.m. But you know what? You can do it. And I believe you can do it, and I know you can do it. And you've got people that are already at 6-star, people that are at 4 or 5-star that will be 6 stars. I wanna see you guys on this trip to France and Monaco. Thank you guys. Next up, we're going to roll into upcoming conventions for both North America and our APAC region. Please roll the video. Guys, there's a big thing going on in our industry where, from an event standpoint, a lot's changed since COVID, right? People say, well, here's the event numbers, here's what's happening. Some people don't travel, some do. I believe it's so important to bring everybody together. I think it's critical. And I want to give you the team, there was a last minute change for the Salt Lake date, and I want to make sure everybody in here has the correct date. But first off, because this next event is coming up first in March, Hong Kong at the Asia World Expo, March 21st through the 23rd, 2025. I want to say something about this, by the way. We've done our last couple of events as we launched this company at AWE, the Asia World Expo there in Hong Kong on the water. It's an amazing facility. But in the future, we're going to mix it up. This will be the last time we go back there for a while because we want to change, we want new, we want fresh. And so that'll be our last event at AWE. As we'll mix it up, we might do it in a different country or a different venue. But mark your calendars. I would suggest you be there and make sure all your teams understand the importance. If you're building here in America and you want to build a global team, you need to have team members at this event. If you're building in Asia, you've got a team back here in America, and you're tapping into legs back here, make sure your team knows this date. It's March 21st to the 23rd, 2025 in Hong Kong. Register today in your back office. Next up, Salt Lake City is going to be June 26th through the 28th. We were initially going to do it in August. I said that's too far out. June's far enough, by the way. June's a long ways away. A lot can happen between now and June. We're going to run tons of regionals. And we're going to start crisscrossing this country and building this person by person. We're going to start crisscrossing this country. I'm going to get a ton of meetings out on the calendar. We're going to get a ton of regionals out. We want to start hitting pockets from New Jersey all the way to Washington to California and everywhere in between, down to Florida and Texas, and light the United States on fire. And as we work with the legalities of Canada and get Canada up and going, I want to light the United States, I want to light Canada on fire. And so we'll have a ton of regionals between now and the next convention. But the next convention, please take a picture of this and mark your calendars for June 26th through the 28th, 2025, and if you register through August 26th. Sometimes people say if you register at the event only, we'll give you this discounted pricing, but guys, I wanted to run it a little bit longer. I know the sense of urgency if you just run it for a couple days, but I wanted everybody from around the world to be able to participate. So, if you register, it's $99, which is an incredible value. Where else can you see the Vargas brothers? Where else can you see CNC Music Factory? Where else can you meet the leadership and hear from people that have gone out and built massive businesses for 99 snackaroos? Okay? If you register by August 26th, 99 bucks, early bird, special. We want to see all of you in Hong Kong, and we want to see all of you in Salt Lake City. One more comment on Salt Lake City, we're going to mix it up. I love this place. The state's been great. This venue's been great. But I want to mix it up. Maybe we'll do Texas. Maybe we'll do Florida. Maybe we'll do California. Maybe we'll do Iowa. Wisconsin. Montana? Carolinas? Wait, let's try this again. Texas or Florida? Texas? Florida? California? We'll have to figure it out. I think it's one of those 3 states. But this will be the last convention next June here in Salt Lake City. Guys, let's roll the video for gratitude. Thanks.
It's always fascinated me that we spend so much of our lives searching for the things that we realize in time we had all along. That our journeys bring us full circle, our stories end how they began, and in the end, we fade away holding tightly to that from which we emerged. Not because we fell short, no, but because eventually we realize how simple things really are from the outside looking in. We realize what we have. Speaker Dennis Waitley once said, "Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude." That's why at times like these, when we get to look around and recapture our perspective, means so much. Almost as though it's reassurance that, yeah, life can be hard, frustrating, abstract, but that at the core of everything is contentment, is enough. It's why we need not search for love we are in fact surrounded by. We need not search for hope when it's ingrained in every breath, or reassurance when it's a phone call away. I once heard an interesting idea that we only see what we focus on. And not only metaphorically, but literally, so much of life exists outside our periphery. If you can walk down the same street every day and see something new each time, imagine the power of readjusting how you see life as the sun comes up in the morning. Imagine pulling more of what matters into focus, becoming living proof that we don't need to wait until things are gone or changed to appreciate what we have and who we are. I think that's why Cicero said gratitude's not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Because when one can look around and see all that they have, scarcity has to give way to abundance. Fear becomes hope, the mundane becomes beautiful. Gratitude is power because it's not acquisition, it's awareness. The reset button. The tap on the shoulder reminding us that life is about the people who make it worth living. The times we spend together, it's a reminder that the minutes aren't ticking towards some life-altering grand finale, but that each second is, in and of itself, a miracle. And of course, I'm a believer that we are here to evolve, to grow, to test the waters, to push our limits. but I'm also a believer in asking why. And it seems to me the answer is not to obtain something new, but to share who we are with the world. Not to get what we don't have, but to make the most of what we do. Not to impress or fit in, but to take that passion that increases our heart rate, that curiosity that pulls us towards new horizons, the incredible friends and family by our side, and simply realize that we are, this very moment, embarked upon the adventure of a lifetime. And for that, I am forever grateful.
Ladies and gentlemen, help us welcome to the stage